most of you have seen this and heard this many times, but I'll give you a little bit of background. When I was a little boy, and sometimes on Saturday night, my mom and dad would go to bed early and they would let me stay up and watch TV in this little tiny TV. And so there were two men. Boris Karloff was one, and Lon Chaney was the other. And they always did these horror-type movies. And I can remember sitting there, especially with Boris Karloff, watching The Mummy. And he would be, he would in the back of the room, and the other guy's taking all the notes and everything, and then all of a sudden the hand starts to move, and I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. I'm just scared to death. Anyway, the other man was Lon Chaney, and this was about 1935, and Lon Chaney did The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And Lon Chaney had this huge hump on his back. And Lon Chaney was the bell ringer. He was the bell ringer in Notre Dame. Well, Lon Chaney is going to retire from being the bell ringer. And Lon Chaney's up in the bell tower and he runs this ad for a new bell ringer. And so, big spiral staircase. Guy comes up and he says, I'm here to apply for this bell ringer position. And he said, well, I need to see if you can ring the bell. And so the guy gets back and he goes, boom! And he hits his head on the bell, and out the window he goes, down to the bottom, and he's laying flat on the ground. And so here goes the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And he's working his way, and he's going around and around and around and around, and he keeps getting down, and finally there's a big crowd gathered around. And he says, let me through, get back. Does anybody recognize this guy? And so the Hunchback says, no, but his face seems to ring a bell. The next day comes, and another guy comes up. The Hunchback says, what do you want? He says, I'm here to apply for the bell ringer job. And he says, well, the first thing I need to see, if you can ring the bell. And so he goes, boom! And he hits his head on the bell, and out the window he goes, and down to the bottom. And the Hunchback, here he goes, back down. And he's working his way around, and he gets to the bottom, and big crowd gathered around. And he says, let me through. Does anybody know who this guy is? The Hunchback looks at him and he says, no, but he's a dead ringer for that guy that was here yesterday. Anyway, that's it.
All right.